Hey, it's Alex Warren, and this is the iHeartRadio Ask Anything Chat. Thanks to Romeo and Most Requested Live for having me to talk about my new song, Ordinary. Lily from Mount Juliet, Tennessee says, what's ordinary about you? I would say my life besides work. Like when I'm not working, I'm at home watching TV with my dogs, and I'm pretty boring, I'd have to say. Barbara from Burlington, Ontario says, what's your biggest kitchen fail? I don't know how to make anything except for a bowl of cereal. My wife is literally the queen of the kitchen, and I am a very supportive husband. Brittany from Charleston, South Carolina asks, will you be releasing any Christmas music? I don't believe so. I love Christmas, and I would love to make Christmas music, but I don't know if I would release any. Maybe if my wife wanted to do like a cover of a song, maybe that'd be fun. Violetta from Queens, New York says, do you keep any Alex Warren merch? I try not to. I try to give away any that I have left after the tour, but I do have a jersey in my closet that is from the tour. Cassie from Indianapolis says, what was your first job? My first job, I was 14 and I taught kids how to surf. So yeah, that was my first unofficial job. My first official job was I worked at a trampoline park and I'm CPR certified. Maya from Houston, Texas says, if you could collaborate with any artist right now on any song, who would you choose and why? I would love to collaborate. I feel like Miley Cyrus would be so fun. I would love to do something with Miley Cyrus. I love Miley Cyrus. I think her voice is so cool, and I think together our voices would sound really cool. So I would love to do that. Sandra from Buffalo, New York says, random question, but what is your favorite food? I am a whore for In-N-Out. I don't know if I can say that. I love In-N-Out very much. I love In-N-Out. It would be my last meal. So that. Tracy from Tampa, Florida says, if you had a talk show, who would be your first guest? I feel like I'd want to talk to Theo Vaughn. Theo seems like such a funny guy, and I would use that as an excuse to become best friends with him. Stephanie from Savannah, Georgia says, if you had to have a theme song play whenever you entered a room, what would it be? The Greatest Showman soundtrack on loop, specifically This Is Me. Lindsay from Atlanta, Georgia says, what's your favorite swear word or phrase? I'm obsessed with fuck. There's just the emphasis you can put on it, or whore. I will say that I'm a whore for anything. Okay, I have a wife. I'm a whore for food most of the time. And a good hang. Nancy from Nashville, Tennessee says, what is your strangest talent? I know a lot of digits of pi. Like if you pull it up right now, 3.14159265358979932238462643383279502888. Check that. Check my work. Nancy from Birmingham, Alabama says, what's a breakfast cereal that you always have at home? Everyone is gonna hate me for this. I am obsessed with Raisin Bran. Raisin Bran's the best cereal. The best cereal. I don't care. You get your fiber and it tastes fucking amazing. Beth from Wheeling, West Virginia says, if you send out a text to your friends, who responds first? I would say if I sent a text out to my friends, my friend Ryan Simmons would respond first. He's a good friend of mine and he's chronically on his phone. Michelle from Philadelphia says, do you have a fandom name you like? No, I don't. No. A lot of people say Warheads and I feel like I'm a fat ass and it makes me hungry. So I would say no. I also don't like the idea of like fans. It's kind of like I like to think of this as a grief support group. Cynthia from Evanston says, do you have a skincare routine? Yes, I use cleanser and then I'll use a vitamin C oil or serum and then I use moisturizer. Nancy from Louisville says, where's the furthest away you've been from home and got recognized on the streets? Ever since Ordinary, it's been happening everywhere I go, which I'm so thankful for. I don't know, I think geographically, I don't know where I am most of the time. So I would say on tour, probably in the Nordics somewhere. Colleen from Daytona Beach says, can you be mushy for a moment and describe what you love most about your career? I think about this all the time, and I think it's really cool that I am able to tell such cool stories and see how many people it helps on tour, but also when I was, like most people, 6 years old, I was in love with playing guitar and not knowing words to things and singing, and to think that that's now my job and people want to take photos with me on the street somewhere is really cool, and I love it. Anna from Seattle says, what's your favorite candy? I love those rainbow belts or any of the Airhead stuff. Every Airhead. I will eat any Airhead ever, and Starburst. Beth Ann from Dalton says, what's the greatest compliment you have ever received? Someone said I smell good. I feel like that's a really good compliment because most of the time I think I smell like shit. Lily from Knoxville, Tennessee says, how do you protect your hearing in the studio and on stage? On stage we have in-ears, so it is they're molded custom to your ears and you don't hear anything. I put in my ears and I have nothing. It's like when you wear noise canceling headphones and they play my voice through the microphone. So it is really weird to get used to, but you protect your hearing. Tara from Huntington says, if you were on a dating site, what quality do you have that you would lead your profile off with? I have a 750 credit score, and it's climbing. Michelle from Norwalk says, if you randomly emptied out your pockets, what do you usually find? I just have my phone most of the time. I wish I had chapstick, but most of the time it's just my phone. Thank you, Romeo and Most Requested Live, for this opportunity. Thanks for watching, and thanks for listening to Ordinary.